Good morning, it's Jane. Let's get into totes 8, 9, and 10, okay? A couple of these, I'm already seeing some things that I'm going to pull off and put in a place to wind them into cakes, and one of those is this first one here, and that is that light blue speckle. I had made an Afghan using it and bluebell, and I think a white or an off-white, maybe white, where I made an Afghan that I'd taken to prayer shawl a couple of months ago. So I'm going to set this aside so it can be wound up, as well as this portion of the soft white. I'm going to wind this up into a cake as well, and then we'll get into it. All right, I have one skein of amethyst, and I love this yarn. That is going in the next tote. I have one skein of pastel purple in the Stitch Studio Classic. That is going into that skein. I do have, where I had made those little blankets, not blankets, the hats for the babies, do have some leftover yarns of I Love This Yarn Sport Weight. One is in the color ivory. These two are in the color green, so those are going into the tote. Ronan, you don't go in the tote, honey. Get out. Gotta love cats who want to get into things. I do have, I have two of the amethyst in I Love This Yarn, so those will go in there. Now I have a couple of, I don't know if these are all the same color or not. I have a couple of the Mandela cakes. This is in Chimera. These two are both Chimera, so I have two in Chimera. So those are going into the tote. I believe I only have one of Warlock. I don't see any more in here, but that doesn't mean there isn't any more of Warlock in another tote somewhere. But I do have one of the Warlock. And then I have also one of the Thunderbird. I did find one Phoenix in there, so that is going in the tote. And I have some sweet rolls here. And I don't know if I have 5 of them or not. These are in the colorway Cherry Swirl. Yeah, there are 5 of those, and I'm going to put those in the tote here. So those are in the tote. I have 3 of the Hercules colorway. Those have that little bit of sparkle. It's Mandela Sparkle. Those I got for $1 each when Walmart was clearancing those out. Now I find that I have 2 of the Sandcastle cupcake, 2 of those. So those are going in the tote as well. I don't know that I'm going to be able to fit any more of those into this tote. So I think this will fit, and it'll be one of those factory mill-ins. This is a worsted weight, and of course there is no color name, but that is the colorway on it. So that is going in this tote, and then this tote is complete, with the exception of the soap bar that I'm putting in there. So that tote is complete. And we'll move on to the next tote, which, as you can see, already has 3 skeins in it. And this is the Hobie Lollipop yarn. And this is 20% wool, 80% acrylic. And this is in the color 3. That is gorgeous. But I have 3 of those. So those are in the tote here. And then the next tote, we'll go ahead and start opening it up. Wondered where all these were at. 2 more of the Mandela in Harmony. Those will go in there. Then I have 1 skein of Red Heart Black. And a partial skein of, this looks like a black, but I'm going to put that over to wind. I do have 1 partial skein. This one has a whole lot of partials, so they're going to get wound up into cakes, of light gray in Red Heart, so that's going in the tote. And I have a partial of Walmart's yellow. These are going to get wound up, so I'm going to set those aside. I do have what looks like a jumbo of Red Heart. This is probably a partial that I used partially in the color Burgundy. And this one is going to go into the tote, as is, like this. I have a Mandela Ombre in the color Cool. I just have 1 of those. Don't know why I only have 1 of those. That's kind of bizarre. I have some keychains that are some puffs, so that'll go in there. Oh my, there's a whole bunch of partials in here. I have a skein of Party Time by Red Heart. That is going into this tote. I have 3 different skeins of the Just Active in Royal, well I have 2 in Royal Purple and 1 in Just Yarn Worsted in Royal Blue. Those are going into the tote. Can you see all these strings? Boy, there's a whole lot of skeins of those. I have some Karen Simply Soft Party in the soft pink sparkle. I have 1, 2, 5 of those, so those are going in this tote. I have 2 of these, and they feel like cotton. So this most likely came off of a cone that I wound up into cakes. And these are cotton, so they're going to go into the tote like that. I do know that this is Icelandic, and it is going to go in this tote like this, with the smaller one as well, so that's going in there. This cake of, I think this is Pretty in Pink. Don't quote me on that. By Red Heart, that's going in the tote. This, I'm sure, is a red by Just Yarn. It's going to go into the tote just as it is, just like this. And the rest of these all need to be wound. They're just small odds and ends. Oh, there's another 2 more of the Just Active, and these are in the colorway Gold. Those are going in the tote. And the rest of these are all just odds and ends balls. Small little pieces of balls that need to be, actually that one's going to go in the way it is. That's Sparkle. That's a purple color. That's going to go in just like that. It's nicely wound. The rest of these are just odds and ends, little pieces like this that I've just tossed into here. Those all need to be wound. So those will need to be wound up. So let me move that off to the side. So we'll have a winding party. And what you'll see is some of this is going to be wound up before you even see this. Because I am filming ahead of time so that I can get some of these out of the way. And so that they can be put ready to be moved. Okay. I have 1 skein of ice yarn, and this is in the color, it is acrylic, it is Magic Bulky. It is in the colorway, they usually go by numbers, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. It's real pretty green purples, so that's going to go in this tote. As well as this one, this is an ice yarn. It is a wool print chunky. I don't see a colorway on it as either. Grays and purples, that's going in there. And I think that is all that will fit into this tote. So let me pause you and I will get another tote ready to go. All right, I had to pull another tote over here. And the thing about moving is sometimes you have a lot of totes ready to go that haven't been filled. I have 2 Premier Basics in the colorway. Let me find it. Taffy. So those are going in here. I have 1 of these that I got from Hirschner's. It's their worsted 8, and there are the 3 colors there. I don't know what it was, but I'm sure it was a fall colorway. So that is going in the tote as well. I have a full bag of the wool print chunky in some green colorways. This is called, I call it green shades. So that is going in there. Now I have 1 skein of Stitch Studio Classic in purple that is going in this tote. Then I have 2 of the mainstays in the color purple that are going in the tote. Get those to stay in their places. I have 2 of the Stitch Studio Basic in light mauve that are going into this tote. I do have 1 Stitch Studio Classic in the color Pastel Orchid that is going in here as well. I do have 2 of the Basic in the colorway Peach. It's going in this tote as well. Then I have 3, sorry, I have a cat over here looking at me. I have 3 skeins of the Red Heart Super Saver in Plum Pudding. Those are going to go into this tote as well. I do have 1 Yarn Bee Ciao Bella in Moonlit Mesa. That is going into the tote as well, right there. I do have, remember I have that ball in that other one, that is the Painted Desert. 3 skeins of that. That is going into this tote as well. I also have 3 skeins of blue suede, Red Heart blue suede, that are going into this tote. And that will fill out this tote for its next journey. All right, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little show of the yarns that I have so far in these next 3 totes. We'll be doing a ball winding party, and you'll get to see some of those smaller skeins, smaller balls that are really just in a, they're in smaller cakes, wound up balls, but they need to be wound up into cakes. So I am going to wind those up into some cakes and get those ready to go. And we'll do that on another episode. So I hope you enjoyed this little journey into some of my yarns. It's nice to see them. I did read on somewhere on a post on Facebook that there are some scanning sheets that you can get that have, you know, like the QR code. And in the Walmart, I believe it's a Walmart app, I believe you get them from Walmart. Then in the app, you can list everything that's in your totes, so you know everything, but you would just scan the QR code. So I don't know if I'll be looking into getting some of those, but you never know. I might decide to do that. I will be filling up a tote, probably, with just some of the cakes that I have wound up. And I don't know if I'm going to mix colors or make them all one color. I know some of these will just all be one color. And a lot of these I do not have the color names anymore. So, you know, there's that. I don't know what to tell you about that other than they're gone. They're lost to history. So who knows what colors they are. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. In the meantime, what's in your stash? Do you know what's in your stash? This is kind of fun, going through my stash, seeing what I have. I didn't realize that I had a lot of these. So yeah, it's been rather interesting to get into these and to see what I have available. All right, guys. See you guys next week. Everybody have a great week. Be kinder to one another. And don't let the donkeys and the elephants turn us into enemies. Okay? See you guys soon. Bye.